Hey guys, what's up? So I bet you're thinking, why am I wearing a wig? Well, I kind of want to look like Grace. And as you know, I recently completed Wolfenstein, so I thought I'd just do a quick little review of both the two games. So Wolfenstein is basically an alternate history game where the Nazis took control of some ultra-advanced technology from an ancient organization, and they pretty much were able to win the war along with their Axis allies. Now, Wolfenstein New Order revolves around Blazkowicz waking up from his coma in Europe and putting together the resistance over there. Now, I absolutely love this game because this is how they show how all the resistance organizes and basically shows how they become something more than just a resistance. I mean, they get helicopters, they get ultra-powerful weapons, they get a submarine. They basically get everything to become all-powerful and actually stand a fighting chance against the Nazis, even conventionally. And I have to say that they did a pretty good job of structuring how everything worked and putting in romance scenes. I mean, there was quite some comedy as well. Now also, considering that I'm ethnically Slavic and my parents are Croatian, I would also like to point out that they do show Croatia in that game, and basically Bilicija is basically the hidden term, but it represents the Croatian concentration camp, which was called Jasenovac. Now, Jasenovac was a concentration camp during World War II. At that time, Croatia was a puppet state of Nazi Germany, and basically all gypsies, Jews, Serbs were basically put there, the same thing as Auschwitz. So they kind of did restructure it in this game and turn it into that. But in any case, Wolfenstein The New Order ended pretty well, and they ended with Death's Head being blown up by a nuclear bomb. Well, as you know, you've probably seen recently Wolfenstein New Colossus. It's when our heroes go to the United States, which is under Nazi occupation, something similar in a Red Dawn situation, but it's still pretty fun. I mean, it's epic. I mean, we get to see the beginning. The beginning starts in Europe eventually. We see all of Deathhead's compound blown up in nuclear explosion, and then it starts to go up in flames while people try to save Blazkowicz. Now, by this point, the Chryso Circle, or should I say the global resistance, because it does feature Europeans of all nationalities, since we see Bombata, we have Africans in the mix, and because Blazkowicz is there, we also have American people there. Yeah, but they are now heavily organized, and they become a thorn in the Nazi side. And what's better, we then get to hear about the American resistance, something similar to what I've played in Homefront. And I absolutely love this part. It's basically Europe comes to America's aid, something similar in Homefront the Revolution. And yeah, in the original Homefront 2. I knew it was like that from the start when, in the trailer, Blazkowicz said, "We've been trying to make contact with your people." And that's what kind of made it awesome. I mean, in a lot of movies and in a lot of fiction in general, we see the US coming to Europe's aid. So it's so good to see that Wolfenstein and Homefront see Europe coming to America's aid. I mean, we also saw a speck of that in World in Conflict, but I'll get to that later. But it was one thing that was epic is they included the Roswell incident. Now, I'm a big fan of UFOs, and I actually believe in other alien life. But to see Roswell caught into this mix was pretty epic. I mean, I just started laughing. I mean, I played the game with no commentary, so you couldn't see my reaction, but I was laughing at that part because I absolutely loved it. And it feels so good to basically progress throughout the game while going through iconic US cities. And I like the city of New Orleans, which is indeed a city of culture. Basically where you get to see and hear all kinds of stuff. I mean, my sister likes the city as well, because she likes the Disney movie, The Princess and the Frog. But I was extremely angry to see that they nuked the entire city when they were trying to escape in the Eva's Hammer. I'm like, why? Oh, God. Oh, and by the way, Grace is pretty awesome in that game, which is why I have the hairdo that I'm at right now. I mean, Grace is pretty much how feminists should behave.
Got balls of steel.
Balls. Why is it that balls are always used as some fucking default definition of badassery? Small, little, delicate things, resting all snug and warm and cozy and comfortable in their little wrinkly wrapper of fucking skin. Shit.
That is a mystery.
What's not a mystery is the sweet juice they produce.
Yeah, I gotta...
She does show some stuff that she wants to empower women, but at the same time she embraces femininity. I mean, any feminists here, you need to look up to her. And Horton was just an epic character. I know he's stereotypically Southern and everything, but that's what made him hilarious. Not laughing at him, but laughing with him. The way he would preach and everything and all that. And the way he would do his, lifting the ceiling dances, they were just epic. And naturally, I was quite shocked to see that Blazkowicz was going to get executed. I'm like, how the hell is Blazkowicz still alive? But then, Set and his genius mind save him by replacing his head to another body. Recently, a certain medical procedure was done where they actually attached a human head to another body. I'll leave a link in the description to that article. But, Blazkowicz, as usual, he soldiers on and he gets his revenge, and it felt so good to finally stick an axe into Engel's head. And just the way it was like, lady, you're in our woods now. Oh, and then the best part of the game I'm sorry, I'm just laughing so hard. The best part of the game was the last speech, when they gave like this really intense thing. I mean, that speech reminded me of Shia LaBeouf's speech.
Do it! Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! Make your dreams come true! Just do it! Some people dream of success while you're gonna wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. You should get to the point where anyone else would quit, and you're not gonna stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it! Just do it! Yes, you can! Just do it! If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up.
Look at Grace right here. Her eyes are all bulged out. It's like she's hypnotized. My brothers and sisters of the United States of America, today you are one of us. And then Horton joins in with his all, preaching in his southern accent, as usual, lifting the ceiling. Yeah, I have to say, of all the alternate history fiction with Nazis involved, well, the Wolfenstein series are my favorite. Now, naturally, the games aren't perfect. I mean, there are some things that I ranted about, and which really triggered me while I was playing the game. The first thing, in Wolfenstein New Colossus, there's this one scene where Blazkowicz calls out the Nazis after talking to Grace and the New York Resistance, which, as I saw, were mostly African Americans.
But fucking get me, you white-ass, fascist Nazi pig.
Seriously, it's like he's racist against his own race. Come on, white people aren't evil. And then there's a thing that troubled me in both Wolfenstein New Colossus and New Order. 99% of the game, you do shit on your own. You're always outnumbered, you're usually outgunned, and you have to start off with the crappy-ass firearm. Why? I mean, like, the only times in the entire game where you actually have help from other people is in the New Order. It's the beginning when you storm Death's Head compound and Fergus and the rest of the Allied forces are shooting the Nazis. Then you have at the middle of the game where you're escaping Eisenwald prison, and well, in my case, Fergus basically fights with you and you must escape. Then the only times in New Colossus is when you reach New Orleans and the Nazis are shooting at the American resistance while you come up right behind the Nazis. And then like a brief moment, which I would even argue isn't much help at all, when you board the Ausmerzer for the second time and Anya, a pregnant woman, is there helping you fight the Nazis. Like, seriously, like, I know it makes you seem badass that you're killing a shit ton of Nazis on your own, but come on, can we just add some reasonable stuff into this game? I like games that are as realistic as hell. But in all, I do recommend this game to other people, but I will say this, I mean, like, it's very hard to sneak in this game. I originally like to sneak around, make as little noise as possible, but it's very hard to sneak in this game. So at the end, I just stopped and just started shooting the Nazis. If you want this game, my suggestion is, when you go shooting, barricade yourself into a corner and then bottleneck the Nazis as they come in and shoot as many of them, because they can't all attack you at the same time in that situation. But in all, guys, thank you so much for the support. I have 630 subscribers. I did not think I would reach that many, but thank you guys so much. You are all wonderful, and I will see you with the next game. See ya!